Somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on
far too long.
Yes, it's gone on
Far too long.
I tell you, it's gone on
Far too long.
Somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on
Far too long.
and we won't be silent anymore.
Good evening. Karen Gross-Horan. I am a co-founder of Courageous Conversations Towards Racial Justice and one of the co-planners and organizers for the March and Rally for George Floyd. So back in 2020, when the tragic murder of George Floyd happened in Minneapolis, Milton came together and we organized a standout on the Parkway where 3,000 residents, neighbors, stood side by side to stand up against racism and the atrocities that had happened relative to George Floyd's murder. So it was a spark that really connected people to this movement. A year later, we had the first march, and we marched from Milton into Mattapan to mark the one-year anniversary. So the 5th anniversary really couldn't go by without paying attention to it and without marking this with another march and rally. And because weather became inclement and a nor'easter visited us today, we turned the march into a rally, so we're indoors. It's no less important. It will be also powerful and a great coming together of community to mark the occasion and to talk about what we still need to do to make sure that justice is enforced. As we look around the room, there are signs of the many black and brown bodies that have been killed by police, which is at a higher level and higher percentage than the demographic of black and brown people in our society. So they truly are dying at a higher rate at the hands of law enforcement. And we can't forget. We can't forget. We must say their names. We must know the stories. And we can't let that history be erased.
Rise up, we're gonna rise up.
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 There's somewhat of a division, and we need to build our community by bringing urban and suburban communities together. We also need to highlight the importance of what's going on in this new administration about people's civil rights being violated, and particularly voting rights, police brutality, immigrant rights, and racial profiling. And we are giving out these black books today to all the residents, all the people that show up in the rally, so that they can know their civil rights. And with the conservatives having the idea of pushing Trump to pardon Derek Chauvin, it's really very disturbing. So we think it's important that we highlight this movement as opposed to moment. As you know, in 2020, George Floyd was murdered by Derek Chauvin, and it was a whole bunch of Black Lives Matter movement, and there was DEI, and there was a lot of talk about really a reckoning. But now we're seeing that a lot of things are going backwards, and so it's important that we continue to highlight this, get people engaged. Civic engagement is something that I've been doing for over 30 years, and tonight we're going to be registering people to vote, giving out Know Your Rights guides, the Black Book, and I think that we're going to have a good time.